Oh, does it do it for me? I hope.
Looks like the rain must have stopped while I was inside. It's gotten pretty dark out, too. I'd better get back to the dorm.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
You wouldn't happen to be one of the Class 7 students from Thor's, would you? Out for a little late-night shopping, are we?
you could say that, but how did you know I'm from Class 7?
You're one of the favorite topics at our radio station, actually. There are plenty of people out there who want to know more about Thor's dashing guys and gals in red.
Oh, you work at the radio station? Hold on. Your voice sounds so familiar.
Oh, maybe you know me from the radio? Ahem. Good evening, everyone.
Oh, it's the radio lady. What's her name? Misty, I think?
This summer's turning into a real scorcher, isn't it? To beat the heat, we're going to be broadcasting tonight from a park here in Trista. Ring any bells?
Wait. Huh? You're Misty?
Yeah, Misty's her name.
From Abend time?
Bingo. You must be quite the avid listener, recognizing my voice so easily. Glad to know I've got a faithful fan out there.
Wow. I never figured I'd meet Misty herself, especially like this.
A small world.
I always make sure to catch Abend time. It helps me relax while I'm studying.
Thanks. But it sure is serendipitous, you know? Having a chance encounter like this, just after the rain's eased up. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't mention this on tonight's show.
I don't like the sound of that.
I'm not sure that I really constitute a noteworthy topic for a radio broadcast. It's kind of weird. I only know her from Abend time, but she seems just as friendly face to face.
Is something the matter? You're staring at me so intently. I feel a little embarrassed.
Well, forgive me if this sounds a little odd, but this isn't actually our first meeting, is it? If I'm not mistaken, we met once before, in a hotel in Heimdall.
Hold up. Green, you might be onto something. This girl's hair looks very familiar.
Wow, I can't believe it. I never figured anyone would actually catch on.
Oh, Vita.
So you really are her?
Yeah, her hair does look similar. Also, I did forget about that. That was like a month ago. I think I played through that part.
The Azure Diva herself, Vita Clotilde.
Right you are once again. Honestly, even the people I work with at the radio station don't seem to have noticed, so I'm surprised you could tell.
That makes two of us. I almost didn't say anything because it just seemed too implausible. But if you don't mind me asking, how did a star like you end up working at Radio Trista?
It's just a little something I do for fun on the side. Gotta spice life up a bit, right? The best part is, the people at the Opera House in Heimdall have no idea I come here to do my show every week. So don't go telling anyone, okay? It'll be our secret.
Of course. I wouldn't dream of it. I'm amazed no one else has figured it out, though. It's not like you use a different voice when you're on the radio.
Well, there's a little trick to it. You're not the only one who is surprised, though.
Huh?
I had this feeling I'd seen you before, but I couldn't put my finger on where. But it's you, isn't it? Anyway, I have to get over to the studio now. Oh, and be sure to tune in to tonight's Abend time. It'll be a fun one. Promise.
Please don't mention that we met.
Wouldn't miss it.
And give my regards to those two, would you?
Who?
She smells like lavender? The fragrance really suits her. So Vita Clotilde herself has been hosting a radio show in Trista. Even if I told them, I don't think they'd believe me.
What'd she mean by those two?
Oh, welcome back.
Emma, what are you doing?
Oh, Hey there, Emma. Did you just get back too?
Yeah, I just returned a short while ago. Were you out shopping?
Yeah, Sharon asked me to go out and pick up a few things for dinner, though I ended up taking a bit longer than I expected.
Wait, do I smell lavender on you?
It's not what it looks like.
This is perfume, isn't it? How did it get onto you?
I promise it's not what it looks like.
Oh, right. I guess I must have soaked up the scent too. She did get pretty close. That's the only thing I can think of.
Reen, I can only hope the reason you ended up taking longer than expected isn't because you were...
I don't like the look of Emma's face. I wasn't doing anything, I promise.
Whoa, hold on. You've got the wrong idea, Emma. I just happened to bump into someone I know while I was out. That's all. Nothing scandalous. Nothing I'd be ashamed of.
I never said it was. Though you do seem strangely defensive for a man who has nothing to hide. Huh. I wonder what would happen if Elise and the other girls were to catch wind of this.
Please, Emma, it'll be our secret. Don't tell them.
I swear, I just ran into someone I know after I left the store. Nothing happened. You just like raking me over the coals, don't you?
Oh, Master Reen, I see you've returned. Were you able to get everything I asked for?
Sure did. Let me bring it over.
Lavender. Huh. No, that's impossible.
Afterwards, Reen decided to give Sharon a hand with the cooking. And when the dinner was ready, everyone sat down to enjoy an especially extravagant meal in celebration of Crow and Milliam joining Class 7. Oh, Emma, I cannot wait to unravel all your secrets. Ooh. Terrorist attack follow-up. Oh, lots of reading. A representative for the Imperial family has spoken regarding the aftermath of the terrorist attack which took place in Heimdall recently. Spokesman confirmed that Princess Alphen, who was placed in the greatest danger on that day, had sustained no serious injuries and was able to return to school as usual. Good for her. Who are the Imperial Liberation Front? The recent terrorist attack placed both Princess and Princess Alphen in danger and resulted in Imperial Governor Regnant sustaining injuries. While it may seem that peace has returned to the streets of Heimdall, the culprits behind these unspeakable acts, who call themselves the Imperial Liberation Front, have yet to be apprehended. The elite force responsible for their capture, the Railway Military Police, insist that they are doing everything in their power to find them. Thanks to those who helped. Chaos might have reigned in Heimdall on the day of the attack, but that did not stop a number of people from doing their part to bring the situation under control. Each of their courageous souls has received a letter of thanks from the Imperial government. Extra special thanks are due to the one young student who took command, restore the clan. Oh, I can read. To restore calm in Drago's Plaza, a group of civilians who succeed in rescuing Princess Alphen from harm's way. These people have received particular appreciation for their deeds. There's a lot of reading. International Trade Conference approaches. At the end of this month, the long-awaited West Zumeria Trade Conference will finally commence in Crossbell. Unsurprisingly, those involved are already hard at work for the conference, which will be based around the international and economic matters and may potentially determine the future direction and development of Western Zumeria. When asked to comment, a government representative responded, "An international conference on a continental scale like this has never been attempted before. Naturally, we intend to fulfill our responsibility as a great nation. The representatives from Erebonian Empire are expected to be Chancellor Osborne and His Highness Prince Oliver, as expected." Imperial Chronicle Radio is 1 year old. You enjoy listening to Orbital Radio broadcasts? This reporter certainly does. For those who aren't familiar, Orbital Radios allow you to enjoy audio programs anytime, anywhere. With the Imperial Chronicle's affiliated radio station, Imperial Chronicle Radio, now 1 year old, it seems as good a time as any to sell its benefits to the world, and a PR representative was happy to sum up exactly what makes Imperial Chronicle Radio so special. We may not have been the first radio station to be established, but the station is available in the widest area, and conducts the most balanced and impartial broadcast. Ha! This is a lot of reading. I kinda understand it, but also not really. I'm not sure if this is relevant to the plot. Lake Ebel. In today's travelogue, I will be visiting beautiful Lake Abel on the eastern side of the Empire. This stunning spot is an ideal destination for those looking to enjoy a tranquil vacation away from the stresses of daily life. Furthermore, the historic stronghold of St. Sandlot on the opposite side of the shore, Lohengrin Castle, provides the perfect backdrop to a lakeshore stroll. The area is best reached by traveling south from Brehar along the Ebel branch line. Alright,
So,
that was neat.
West Emuria Trade Conference is just over a week away now. A building that tall is exactly what you'd expect from an economic powerhouse like Crossbelt 2. It's a big world out there. Still, we've got Milliam and Crow as classmates now. Who would have seen that coming? Crow opened up to us right from the start. Though I guess that's just Crow for you. And Milliam's become way more attached to us than I thought she would too. They were both able to form combat links with us right from day one. I had my concerns about how well they'd mesh with the class, but maybe I was worried for nothing after all.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Oh, Abend time. You know, after meeting Misty in person.
Good evening. I'm your host, Misty. It's August 18th and we're winding down a busy day here at 9 p.m. I'm here to give you all the cool you need to beat this summer heat.
Hey, looks like I'm not too late to catch this week's Abend time.
Seems like those hot summer days keep coming with no end in sight, doesn't it? But even this heat can't stop the momentum behind the West Emuria Trade Conference being held in Crossbell later this month. Prince Olivert and Chancellor Osborne will be in attendance for this watershed moment in international business. Personally, I'm more interested in the view from the top of that famous new skyscraper the talks are being held in. In some news closer to home, you all have probably noticed the summer showers we're getting here in Trista. The rain's let up for now, but it's managed to push that nasty nighttime humidity right off the charts. It's nights like these I wish I could smuggle an ice-cold beer into the studio. And the director is chilling over there, drink in hand, mocking me. But you know what? Forget that guy. Anyway, for all you students out there, your summer vacation's probably wrapping up, so I hope you made the most of it. Wait. I forgot that summer vacation at the military academy is already come and gone. Whoops. Still, it's never too late to do something bold that'll keep your memories of this summer burning bright. And what about you, Miss Misty? You're probably asking yourselves, well, you might want to sit down for this one, because fate had a romantic rendezvous in store for yours truly just on the way to the studio today.
Is she talking about me?
A tryst with a young man in a park after sunset. Droplets of rain clinging to the grass. I'll treasure the memory forever. Or I would, if I hadn't just made it up on the spot. Chalk it up to a dreamer's poetic license, I guess. Still, maybe one day I'll feel the thrilling rush of a summer love. Gotta keep the fire burning.
Wait, is she talking about when I ran into her earlier tonight? She's got quite the playful personality. Though somehow that doesn't come as too much of a surprise. It's kind of weird thinking that I just met her on the street a couple hours ago.
Anyway, I have to get over to the studio now. Oh, and be sure to tune in to tonight's Abend time. It'll be a fun one. Promise.
Wouldn't miss it!
And give my regards to those two, would you?
Those two? I didn't really think about it right then, but who was she talking about?
How was that not the first thing on your mind when she said that? Oh, suspicious. What does it all mean? Ah, Lunaria Nature Park. I went there. That's back in Keldic. That's a throwback.
Huh. Ah, so you've arrived.
Good to see you, boss.
Oh, you're awfully early.
Well met, Comrade V. Comrade S. I see that you've finished all your preparations as well.
Smooth as silk. Although you're the one who'll be taking center stage in our next operation without a doubt.
Who'd have thought you'd volunteer to go pound the pavement in Crossbell? The Red Constellation are gonna be there. I still think I'm the prime choice for this one.
I disagree. As I can no longer rely on the power of the flute, it makes the most sense for me to go. Especially when you consider the very real possibility that we may have to accept a necessary sacrifice for the greater good. That is the best way for us to achieve what we desire.
You're serious?
Ugh, you really are too morose for your own good.
I could say the same of both of you. Why else would you have willingly plunged yourselves into a struggle like this to begin with?
I suppose you're right.
You got us there.
I see you've all gathered.
Comrade C.
Fashionably late, but worth the wait.
That makes it a full house.
I appreciate your gathering, comrades. The wheels have been set in motion. There is no place for hesitation, no time for looking back. We seek only results.
I couldn't agree more.
No objections here either.
Goes without saying.
That said, I will ask you but once. Comrade G, are you certain this is the path you would walk?
My heart itself beats with the ideals of the Liberation Front. If my life should see its end in Crossbell, so be it. That tyrant must be stopped from creating the vile dystopia he seeks. Dear though the cost may be. If through our efforts we or anyone anywhere succeeds in that aim, we will have our victory.
Very well. May the goddess, or perhaps powers less fair, attend you. When this is over and our victory won, let us toast our success together in the Imperial capital.
Indeed. Farewell, my comrades.
He doesn't know how to express how he feels, but I understand.
Losing your place in the world for doing what's right. And throwing yourself into the eye of the storm. It ain't something I could do.
Different paths brought each of us here, but the road we travel now is the same. Let us depart, Comrade S, Comrade V. We each have our own part to play in what is to come.
Of course.
Just leave it to us.
More villain buildup. Cannot wait. Dude, every time I see a cutscene in this game, part of me is like, oh, what is happening? It's just like the suspense, the confusion I feel. But it's probably intentional. Ah, practical exam, something I do understand. This is like the 5th time I understand the way this works by now.